In this video, we're delivering an ambulance from Nashville, Tennessee to Philadelphia, PA. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday. Been out all week. This morning I am headed over to Ritchie Brothers in Lebanon, Tennessee, and we are picking up a John Deere articulated dump truck. I think it'd be a pretty cool one, so I'll show you guys that. We're picking that up and taking it up to a place called Quarrick in Uniontown, PA. First, we have to go get some fuel and get some coffee for me, and then we'll head over to Ritchie Brothers and get that loaded up, and then we will begin our journey back north. So come on, let's go. So I stayed at a hotel called My Place last night. It's right here in Lebanon. It wasn't real expensive, so I wasn't really sure how it was going to be. I had stayed at a Super 8 here before that's right next door, but this My Place hotel, I'd never even heard of it before. It is really nice. So it had a kitchenette. I guess it's set up for extended stay, but it was only like $70. But it was a really nice hotel. It had a recliner in it, full-size fridge, toaster, sink, and it was kitchen sink. It was really nice. So if you guys are ever looking for a hotel around Nashville, the My Place in Lebanon, Tennessee is real nice. Check it out. We are all fueled up, and we're gonna head 8 miles over to Ritchie Brothers. We'll still be there pretty early, but hopefully we're one of the first people in, and we can get out of there quickly too. Made it here to Ritchie Brothers. As you can see, They do not open until 8 o'clock. It is only 7:34, so we got a little bit of a wait. But we are first in line. So hopefully that means we are first out of the yard. If we can get in here, get loaded up quick, get chained down, and hit the road, that'll be good, because Lebanon, Tennessee is Central Time, and of course I have to go back up to Pennsylvania, which is Eastern Time, so I'm going to lose an hour, or technically I've already lost that hour. So we want to maximize our time here. We will get checked in as soon as they open, and then we will get that rock truck loaded up. We checked in over at that building, which the lady in there made sure that I had my safety vest on so I could go inside and fill out a form. But then she sent me over here. So now we're over here at the main building, which they still have the gate locked. So I guess they don't start at 8. She said the ladies might not be in yet, and be patient. But looks like one's coming out now, so. Alright guys, I'll give you a little update. We were supposed to pick up that dump truck, but when I checked in, it turns out that that load is not here at this Ritchie Brothers location. It's actually in Georgia. So the broker sent us a truck order not used for $200, which makes up some, but we don't get that money for at least 30 days because they're net 30. That's when they pay. So we are currently working on a load, I guess pretty close by. It's an ambulance going up towards Philadelphia. I think we have that one. We're just doing all the paperwork, insurance, and all that. As soon as we get that, then we will be heading over there to pick that up. And then we will head north. Good news about that one, it's a legal load. It's paying a little less per mile, but it will get us home and pay for fuel and a little bit of income. So we went ahead and took that one. Now it's just waiting to get the address, and then I will be heading over there. Okay, so we are leaving Ritchie Brothers, and we are heading over to Nashville to a municipal lot, I guess. It's right by the airport. It's the Nashville Municipal Government Building. We are picking up an ambulance. So I guess they're sending a wrecker, which means that it's inoperable, and they're going to have to put it onto the trailer, which is fine. It's fine.
This is fine. I'm okay with the events that are unfolding currently.
It's a load, so we will take it, I guess. Man, one thing I will say about doing RGN work is when it goes sideways, it really goes sideways. But we are grateful that we have a load to haul that will take us back to Pennsylvania, and we're going to be happy that we're getting paid to drive the truck, because that's the point, right? Is to drive the truck and get paid for it. So we are about 23 miles away, so a little bit of a drive. We'll jump back on 40 and head over toward Nashville, and then hopefully we won't have to wait very long on the wrecker showing up, and we can get this thing loaded up and get up the road for a little ways today before we have to stop. Luckily it's legal, so we don't have to stop at Sunset. We can just keep right on rolling. We'll just get as many miles done as we can. That's all. Oh, if we can ever get out here. Maybe somebody will let me out. Not that guy. I don't need to be covering the highway with my trailer, though. That's not what we want. think we're off the road now. Well, we will head over to Nashville, and hopefully it goes well over there. You can never tell when you have an inoperable piece and you have a wrecker. This load is cash on delivery. They're going to cash app us when we get it delivered, so that's a little bonus. Yeah. It just depends on how long it takes to get it loaded and how far we get today, on whether we'll be able to get it there tomorrow or not. It is, I think it's about 820 miles total. So we'll just have to see what happens. Alright, so I am here at Nashville Metropolitan Services. It's a company called eBid that sells off all of Nashville Metro surplus stuff that they don't use. So these ambulances are a couple that are surplus, that were bought through eBid. Currently, we are waiting for a wrecker. I have keys and I have a title for it. We're waiting for the wrecker to get here. They said it is not damaged, but it does not start. So I'm hoping maybe we can just jump the thing and then I can load it up myself. That would be the quicker option. We'll see what happens there. So that's where we're at. We're still kind of waiting. It is now 11 o'clock and I have yet to do anything today. Hopefully the rest of the day goes a little better. I don't know if we'll get this delivered tomorrow. It may be Monday by the time we get it out there. It's just nothing's going very quickly. Alright, so this is what we're doing. We got a little Freightliner ambulance, and there's the wrecker over there. He's going to get positioned and then get under the back of it and pick it up, and then we'll drag it out here, put it on the trailer. We were going to try to jump start the thing. They said it won't start, but we can't get into the battery box, so I figure it's just easier to, since he's here already, just grab it and pick it up and drag it out of here. Got a little too close. Man, they put everything in the way, don't they?
Always.
There we go.
Cooperated a little damn bit at least.
Yeah.
The front wheels would have straightened up a little bit.
Yeah. You ever have any that do cooperate?
Every once in a while.
It's rare though, I bet.
Yeah.
All right, now we just gotta get it loaded on here.
Might need some blocks. Yeah, I was just about to ask how that front bumper looking. Might have to back it up a little bit.
Okay, hold on. Go back a little bit. It's gonna fall and land on the bumper there.
Yeah.
Let's do that. This trailer's not meant for hauling little stuff like this. Yeah. Now we're good. Yep. Look good now. Alright, hold that. Now you can come back. Ooh. You kick it over. It's gonna have to go over that way a little. That's fine.
She ain't too far off.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Just needs to come over this way. Yeah, just go real slow and I'll correct it once we get back here a little bit. Hold that. Hold that. Alright, now I'm back. Hold that. She is so close. That is so close. They said it was 25. We could put some blocks under there and that'll probably get it up. Those same blocks. We're supposed to be hauling excavators, not ambulances. Is that back past it? Yeah, probably
Say
work.
you're over, the bumpers are overhanging maybe an inch and a half, 2 inches.
Yeah, but I think the neck will fit.
In that little cutout.
The neck will be here, and this is open.
Yeah.
We could either do that, or I do have some bigger blocks. We could kind of ramp it up there. Those need adjusted anyway.
Ooh.
Ripped his rubber bumpers. Huh? Yeah, I think maybe if you want to back it up some,
Okay.
I can put maybe those little ones and then my taller blocks under there. Yeah, it's more than 25 because my well's 25. Try that. Now I gotta dig those out.
I can lift the back up, give you a little more room.
Oh, it's all right. I'm gonna have to crawl under anyway. Let me see if I can turn the wheels a little bit the other way. All right, let's give that a shot. Oh, shit.
What did it do? Kick that
It
block?
kicked it back. I'm gonna set these 2x10s in front of them. Try to hold it. So I think we need it back that much to get the tires on them completely. But if we set that behind it, I think it'll stop it from kicking. Does that make sense?
Yeah. he gets walking on us too.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can turn him the other way. We can back it up a little bit before we come forward. We can kick him this way and we can back it up, straighten it.
Well, I'm sucked almost all the way in, so.
Well, I can turn him that way. We can get it kicked over.
Yeah. They tend to want to turn when we come off of them damn blocks. Hold that. Hold that. Hold up. Oh! Whoa! That's gonna be a fucking problem.
Fuck. Well, I guess we gotta turn him back.
Yeah, I'm just hoping the block doesn't spin underneath of it.
Sorry. How did that work? You can probably come forward a little bit more. Yeah, I think that'll do. Finally got this thing loaded up. You guys can see it here. So we ended up having to put the steer tires up on a couple blocks to get this bumper up over the back of the deck. They told us this was 25 feet long, but my well is 25 feet and this is sticking over the well about 2 feet, maybe a little more than that. So it's more like 27 or 28, but we got it on there. We got it chained down. I went around the axle and pulling back on the front of the ambulance. I gotta fold this mirror in. And then on the back, we went from these tow hooks back here and we pulled front. So we have our four corners pulling opposite directions. And this thing's not that heavy. It's like 18,000 pounds. So, and we have what, 12,000 pounds working load limit on there, so we're plenty strong on that. So the broker on this, we booked this load with the broker, and then he sent us out here. He did not bother to tell us that the ambulance was inoperable. So then when we got here, he said, okay, I'm dispatching the wrecker. Well, if it needs a wrecker, it means it doesn't run. So if the thing was running, I'd have been in and out of here in an hour. You know, then it's just drive it on the trailer, chain it down, and you're done. But because we had to get the wrecker and we had to wait for it to show up, which was about half an hour, 45 minutes. And then the wrecker operator was really good. I mean, you guys saw him get it loaded up and everything. No problems there. So we got that done, got it onto the trailer. He was very helpful getting it on there. And then we sat here because the broker wouldn't pay. and we just sat here waiting. I don't know if he was out of the office or what, but you know, and then the wrecker company's pissed, and rightfully so, because they want to dispatch their truck to another load because that's how they make money. And then the broker gets mad because they wouldn't give him any time. And it's like, well, you know, time is money, man. They don't have the time to give you. So anyway, we got it loaded up. It is 10 after 1 now. So let's get the trailer hooked up, and then we can get the heck out of here. All right. All right, guys, we are getting back on the 40. So we are going to jump on here and just get as far as we can get. I don't know how far that will be, but at this point, I really doubt if we're going to be able to, well, I think we're shooting for Monday at this point to get this this piece delivered, which sucks. We'll see. Maybe we can get it tomorrow. I don't know. So we're making a quick stop here. I just want to check the chains on this and make sure we're still tight, because I have the front tires up on blocks back there. I just want to make sure we're all good and this thing's not moving around. Another thing I'd like to do is try to get these wires stuck back in there. I know we're going down the road and they're like, so I don't know if we'll be able to get that fixed or not. I think we can get this one. I have to put you guys down for a minute. Alright, we got that one tucked back in there. Now we'll be flopping around. I think we can reach that one. So this is what I'm talking about. We have these tires sitting on these blocks here. It doesn't look like they're moving at all. I just want to make sure that we're real tight back here, so that that doesn't move at all. Last thing we want is for these blocks to kick out. That would sit that bumper right on the top, right on that, and then we'd have to drag it off. Wouldn't be good. So I was gonna try to run this thing with the lift axle up, but because it's so long, and most of the weight is back here, it's just I think it's just a little bit too heavy to run with that lift axle up. So we're not gonna do that. I don't think there's even any wires in that one. That's tight. Okay, I think we're good. I feel better about that. Stick this one in here. There we go. Yeah, everything else is good. You guys want to take a look inside? Look in here. I don't know about you guys, but I have never been in an ambulance. So, knock on wood for me. But yeah, I've never had to ride in one of these. So, and then up front, it's just a regular old Freightliner truck. There you guys go. A little look inside of an ambulance. Of course, they strip them down before they sell them. Apparently, we can't start till Maria gets here. So, alright guys, onward and upward. We'll keep heading up 40, hit 81, and get some miles done here. Hey guys, we finally got stopped here. We only got about 300 miles in today because of that whole fiasco this morning. But we are stopped in Kingsport, Tennessee. I got backed into this little lot here, which was quite a challenge, trying to blindside back up a hill around all this these trucks that are parked here. But we got it done. So that's gonna about do it for tonight. Tomorrow I will head home, and then we'll have this sitting in the lot over the weekend, and then Monday morning we will run it down to Philadelphia and get it delivered. But yeah, that'll about do it for today. So I'm gonna go DoorDash some dinner and try to relax a little bit. Hopefully tomorrow will be a bit more productive than today was. Hey everyone. Alright, so we have been rolling for a little over 2 hours. Currently on 81 at the Ironto rest area, just south of Roanoke. So I got started this morning about 5:30 on my clock reset. We're just taking this home today, so I just got up early, trying to get home as quickly as possible. I've been out all week and I'm ready to be back home. Raining, really pouring down rain when I got started this morning, but it has kind of eased up some. Still overcast, but not raining. So yeah, we have about a little under 300 miles to go to get home, and then we'll park over the weekend, and we'll run this down on Monday. We still have to figure out, so this broker, initially he said COD for this load, which I take to mean cash on delivery, because that's what it means. Then he asked if we would take Zelle or Cash App, so we said, okay, we'll take Cash App. Well then, he didn't mention anything about it being inoperable and that we needed a record. Then yesterday, I got this thing loaded up, and the guy with the record was great. He was a good operator. He was, very patient. But they send that wrecker out, and even a used wrecker is like, $250,000 for that truck, for that setup. So they want to keep it moving and working because it's expensive to operate. And, operating a heavy wrecker like that is a very specialized thing. So we get this loaded up, and then we're sitting there for, it was an hour at least, that we were sitting there waiting for the broker to pay the record company. And I guess the broker is out of the office. But then he calls me, the broker calls me, and he's mad that they wouldn't give him any time. And it's like, well, they want to get their record moved on to the next job. And honestly, I want to leave. And the record's not going to let me go until he's paid. So anyway, that was that whole fiasco. So today, one of the things we have to do is call down to the receiver of this piece and make sure that they have a way to get it off of the trailer when we get there. So we'll see what happens. But I want to have that plan in place before we get there on Monday and push this off. This load has taken enough time already. Anyway, that's where we're at. So we're going to keep headed up 81 here. Get back to the house for the weekend. Alright guys, I have made it back to the lot where I park. So this ambulance will stay here for the weekend. And then Monday morning we will drive down to Philly and we will get this thing delivered. But until then, I'm gonna go relax for a little bit. It's been a long week. So yeah, we'll see you Monday. Morning everyone, it is Monday. We are still working on getting this ambulance down to Philly. Just filled the truck up with fuel, which, good news, diesel is down this morning. It was at $4.27 a gallon. This morning it was $4.19. So moving in the right direction. And that's down from it was like $4.50 a gallon earlier this year. So oh my gosh, this guy's got the whole friggin' place blocked off. That's why everybody's doing this. Perfect. So, we have to run this down to Philly. So I would take the turnpike. The turnpike will run me almost all the way over there. It's like 137 miles to do it that way. But I went on the turnpike toll calculator last night. And for this load, or for my setup, I'm 6 axles. The toll is like $127 with Easy Pass. So I think I'm going to try to avoid that. The other problem we have this morning is that there's an accident on 581 East. So I guess a truck ran into a construction vehicle. So 581 is shut down.
and there was a fatal accident on the turnpike. So the turnpike is shut down between Carlisle and I think New Cumberland exit. So no taking the turnpike, at least across the river. So I think what we're left with is jumping on 81 and taking 81 north up to 83 and coming down through Harrisburg and then hitting 283 south of Harrisburg. So that's the plan for now. We will see what happens. I am not looking forward to getting through Lancaster on 30 or getting over to Philly on 30. It's not a fun drive, but it's better than paying $120 in tolls. Now, coming home, I don't anticipate us getting a load out of Philly to get us out today. So I figure we'll be coming home, and maybe I'll take the turnpike to come home today. We'll have to see how it's looking, what I feel like doing. Should be a little less because I'll be empty and I'll only be 5-axis. Talk to the receiver, the people that are getting this ambulance on Friday on my way up from Tennessee, and they said they have a forklift that they use to get this off, which I guess is okay. It sounded like they knew what they were doing, and it's not the first ambulance they've got that doesn't run, I'm sure. So they have a forklift there to take it off, which either they'll, I don't know, pick the whole thing up with the forklift if they have a big one, or they'll drag it off with a chain. Either way, as long as they get it off my trailer, that's fine. So we'll see what happens with that as well. Base and see if there's any update on these accidents. Maybe we can save a little time if they haven't cleaned up. Full view of the city. It's been a while since I've been down through here. Usually I try to avoid Philadelphia and New Jersey, New York, all of that. Every once in a while I get a run down here. Came out to Fort Dix not too long ago. But that I kind of had to go around Philly because it was oversized. This one's legal, so I can go right through the middle. Getting off here on 413. About 6.5 miles to go.
mile to go here. We're looking for Runway Road on the left. If you guys see it, just shout out, okay? This guy's gonna pull right out in front of it. Not very good at backing a trailer. This must be it coming up. Runway Road. All right. Left on Hartel Street should be the next one. Global emergency vehicles. I don't know where they'll want us to unload. Oh, I see some ambulances. Bet that's our spot. And I bet they'll want us to unload in the street. This guy's backing in here. I'd say this is the place. Let me go talk to this guy and see what we gotta do. Apparently he was able to get into the batteries. He's got it cranking, but it's not starting. Get your other one? All right, guys, that's it for this one. We got this ambulance on the ground. Trailer is empty. So now I will head back home because there was no freight on the board this morning. Hopefully we'll grab something in the morning pretty close and we can get our week started again. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.
Cooperated a little damn bit at least.
Yeah.
The front wheels would have straightened up a little bit.
Yeah. You ever have any that do cooperate?
Every once in a while.
It's rare though, I bet.
Yeah.